A big controversy has broken out over non-Hindu employees at the Tirumala Tirupati Shrine. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, which manages the famous hill shrine of Lord Venkateshwara in Tirumala of Andhra Pradesh, has made its employees take an oath that they will not allow non-Hindu practices. After finding non-Hindus working at the shrine, the Tirumala Tirupati officials along with workers have taken an oath that they will not encourage other religious practices. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam has also issued a notice to 44 non-Hindu employees. The Tirupati Shrine Board is also preparing to make the Tirumala, which is a mark of on the middle of the forehead having thin vertical vermilion lines in the middle, mandatory for all of its employees. We have Ashish Pandey, who's with us live this afternoon. Ashish, what made the Shrine Board come up with these new rules? Ashish, can you hear me? We'll try and reconnect with Ashish Pandey, our correspondent. The big story that we're tracking this afternoon, big controversy breaking out over non-Hindus working at the Tirumala Tirupati Shrine. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, which manages the famous hill shrine of Lord Venkateshwara in Tirumala in Andhra Pradesh, has made its employees take an oath that they will not allow any non-Hindu practices. The Shrine Board has also made it mandatory for workers to wear a mark on the middle of their forehead having thin vertical vermilion lines in the middle and mandatory for all of its employees. We're still trying to find out more on that story. We're trying to connect to our reporters on the ground. We're trying to find out what made the board come out with this new set of rules. The controversy that's taking place here is over working of non-Hindu employees at the temple shrine. We're being told that the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, which manages the famous hill shrine of Lord Venkateshwara in Tirumala in Andhra Pradesh, has made it its employees take an oath that they will not allow any non-Hindu practices. After finding non-Hindus working at the shrine, the Tirupati officials along with workers have taken an oath that they will not encourage other religious practices. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams have also issued notice to 44 non-Hindu employees. The Shrine Board has also made it mandatory for all workers of the shrine to wear a sort of a tilak on their foreheads. Ashish Pandey is now with us live. Ashish, what made the Shrine Board come up with this new set of rules, and why have notices been issued to 44 non-Hindu employees?
Simi, recently the Chief Business Officer of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, commonly known as TTD, has conducted an investigation, and they have found that almost 40 employees who were not following Hindu religion, and they belong to some other religion. And as per TTD law and the government order issued in 1989, any person other than Hindu religion can't work with the TTD trust. Based on that rule, now TTD has issued notices to all these employees. Meanwhile, while we were trying to speak to the Chief Executive Officer of TTD Trust, he confirmed that yes, the TTD has issued notices to all these employees. But meanwhile, they said that since these employees were working from a longer period with the TTD Trust, now they are in touch with the government of Andhra Pradesh, and they are requesting government of Andhra Pradesh to adopt these employees in their different department, but not in TTD. So this is the entire thing. Today also, in a related development, the TTD organized one oath-taking ceremony where all the employees, including officials of TTD board, they participated in that oath-taking ceremony, and there they pledged that they will follow the guidelines and the rules and regulation of TTD Trust, and especially they will strictly follow the 1989 government order, which clearly says that no person following other than Hindu religion can work with this shrine and the trust, which is managing the one of the world's richest Hindu temples. Simi.
Right, and Ashish, was there any immediate reason as to why the board took this decision?
This is the annual process. What the board officials and board sources are telling, that this is the annual procedure, and during that procedure.
Well, we're going to try and reconnect with Ashish. We're facing some trouble on that line with our correspondent in Hyderabad. The story that we're tracking, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, which manages the famous hill shrine of Lord Venkateshwara in Tirumala in Andhra Pradesh, has made it mandatory for employees to wear a tilak on their foreheads. It's also made it employees take an oath that they will not allow Hindu practices. We're also being told that a notice has been issued to 44 non-Hindu employees. As Ashish was pointing out, the board has also written to the government of Andhra Pradesh asking the government to incorporate those 44 employees into the state government services, saying that they will not be requiring the services of these 44 non-Hindus at the temple shrine. We're trying to connect to our reporter again. We're also trying to get some political reactions to these developments. What we do know now is that the Tirumala board has issued notices to 44 non-Hindu employees. They've also made all the workers at the temple shrine take an oath that they will not allow non-Hindu practices. The board has also made it mandatory for all workers to wear a tilak on their forehead. We have Rahul Ishwar, activist, who's with us on the phone line. Rahul, your first reaction, we're being told that the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam has issued notices to 44 non-Hindus, and they've also written to the state government saying that these 44 people should be given a job in the state government because the temple shrine board doesn't need their services anymore.
See, it's a very touchy and tricky issue. Of course, God, is beyond all their religions, but at the same point of time, when a particular faith is, consecrating a temple, church or a mosque, they have a certain right to run that particular shrine. So it is enshrined in Article 25 and 26 of our Constitution. And, regarding the tilak and the other things, I've inquired with some of our friends there. They said it's a part of a dress code, a spiritual dress code for all the people. And they're also taking care that those employees who might have some objections, or those employees belonging to other faith, are rehabilitated and restructured into the government process. Let us also remember that this is a huge temple that has one of the largest revenues in the world, who also contribute substantially to the government coffers when so many people come in by the way of their tax and so many other things. So, when it is a call of a Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam temple, especially there are people who don't get embroiled in controversy, they are never sectarian in that sense, or they have always kept a very pluralistic framework. We should respect this as temple management's wish and decision, which is inspired by maybe devotees and other organizations' wish. So I hope we shouldn't make a controversy out of it. It's only a part of restructuring of that particular temple process and a spiritual dress code that is evolved in the temple.
Rahul, it's not just a spiritual dress code. There's also a religious angle here when non-Hindus have been issued notices and requests has been made to place them elsewhere. The fact that the temple, and not all these workers are working inside the temple shrine. There's a board that operates or looks after this shrine, and that board has an office elsewhere as well. If these people are working outside the temple shrine, what's really the issue? Why can't non-Hindus work at that office?
Yeah, there is no particular issue per se constitutionally. They might have decided, because that's what we know from their sources. I am a regular of the temple, being a devotee of Lord Balaji. They said they would like to resize and restructure the whole thing, and they would like to realign it. And they have also specifically requested the government to rehabilitate them. It is not as if they are being thrown off or kicked off, or they are being, just off the payrolls just like that. It's a restructuring process that they are aiming at. There were some controversies, which I wouldn't like to mention on national media because it will unnecessarily create polarization. In the Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam mountains, there have been some issues regarded to some sectarian divisiveness there. So maybe in light of all this, Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam authorities decided to do the same. And I hope if the government doesn't raise a protest over this, I think this reform from the temple should go through without any controversies per se.
He's saying that the real reason behind this decision hasn't been shared by the Shrine Board.
No, they are not giving any public positions or any stating public positions. It's a part of their internal committee's decision. They have a perfect right to do it, and they should also take care that those people who are restructured and relocated should also have the basic necessities fulfilled and they are also relocated. So this is an inner working of a temple which people from outside have very limited scope to intervene in. Even government will have limitations to intervene in this, and Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam has always been a very pluralistic framework kind of a temple. But some issues have happened there. That might be the reason. From the sources we know, this might have triggered this whole change of approach.
All right, Rahul Iswar, thanks so much for speaking to India Today and sharing your views with us.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.